These are the 10 forbidden faceless niches that are quietly taking over YouTube. So let's jump into them. So when you look at this one, this is the first one. It's called Johnny's Car Reviews. It's a car niche. They have done already 16 videos. And when you look at the 16 videos, they've been able to make 1.6 million views. That means that this is something that is very interesting to the audience that this video is prepared for. So basically, what are they doing? They're doing videos about different kinds of scenarios, about cars in certain areas. You can look at this video that was done 11 days ago. It says why diesel cars failed in America. So when you look at the carnage is very, very good. But what I've noticed with this channel, and I'm going to put it out, what I've noticed is that they are settling down on different kinds of issues that they relate with different kinds of areas, and they have zeroed down to certain types of cars that they explain. So when you're going into such a niche, you want to focus mostly on topic selection. Topic selection is very important because you have to zero down to what kinds of cars are you going to talk about, how many people really use these cars. It is going to put you ahead of 99% of the people who are in the niche, and definitely you're going to do much more better. So it's a niche that is really working out well because they have only 16 videos and they already have 1.6 million views, which is quite a lot when it comes to the number of uh, the videos. And I believe you can do much more better when it comes to this niche. I believe this is a niche that is even bringing in over $20,000 per month. This one is also another one. It's called History Dem, and this one has 117 videos. It's in the history niche. When you look at what they've done 64 million views. It is quite good when you look at the history niche. And what are they doing? They're doing things that are quite simple, things that happen in history. But the way they are really consistent with when it comes to the thumbnails, which relate to the history kind of videos that they are doing, but also when you look at their titles, the titles are designed in a very short and simple way. Like this video, which got 1.7 million views, it says early programs were terrifying. Simple title, but kind of really relating. They have this then picture on the thumbnail and then the now, which is quite good when it comes to making these comparisons. And I believe the video was watched just for how they related the title to the thumbnail. Now, when you're going into such a niche, you also want to do your research. Research is very important when it comes to the topics. You want to look at what are those trending topics that you can do. Also, what is the style? How is the narration being done? You don't want to reinvent the wheel. If there is a channel that is really doing well, you want to emulate those patterns that are already working out well. And when you emulate the patterns that are working out well, it's going to put you ahead of very many people who are going into this niche, because you know the competition is very high in the history niche. So if you are to go there, you have to make sure that you identify the patterns. When you look at this channel, they have videos that are averaging the video length of 11 minutes and above. So if you're going into such a channel, you can even do videos that are even longer, 15 minutes longer, 20 minutes longer, 25 minutes longer, and you have to keep up with that consistency, because that will put you also ahead if you've done your research very well when it comes to the topics. Let's go to the next one. This one is called Histofund. Histofund has 40 videos. So what is Histofund about? What they're doing, they're bringing fascinating stories about money and finance. So it is basically an AI generated channel, but mostly focusing on finance. What they've done 40 videos and they have 3.7 million views, which is quite good. When you look at what they're doing videos that are mostly about the things that are going to happen in finance, things that are that might steer catastrophes like the financial crash. They're also relating issues that happened back then, like in the 1929 crash in the 1970s. But their thumbnails are quite simple, and the way they are narrating these videos is a voiceover with mostly images laid over it. But I believe it comes down also to the topic selection. The topic selection is one of the most important things that you need to focus on when you're doing videos, because when you select good topics or topics that are really sought after, that already trended, it's going to put you uh, into the zone of having the capacity to get more views than you just selecting topics that you're not sure that will trend. It is very important that you niche down to the topic selection in a way that is very distinct, and you don't have to change things. If there is someone who has done it and they're doing well, you can capitalize effectively on that. Now, this one is also good. Uh, it's called Mind to Free. It is mostly a financial related niche, but also it's related to uh, a figure who is very, very respected when it comes to the finances, who is Richard David Wolf. And the way they are narrating these videos, these are AI generated videos. What they are doing, they are getting an avatar of this person, and they are getting an AI generated voiceover, coupling them down and being able to make these videos. These videos are also quite simple. When you go to a tool like Jag AI, you can be able to make these avatars, but also you can be able to use a tool like Gen AI Pro to make voiceovers that are quite cheap, and you can be able to clone this exact voice. These are videos that you can do, but you can look at these videos. They are putting out videos, I believe, every day. They're putting out 3 videos. That's how they are doing. They're putting out 3 videos, and you can look at how they've done. 13 hours ago they put out a video, 11 hours ago they put out a video, and also 6 hours ago they put out a video, which is quite something really consistent. So they've mastered this consistency. They put out these videos on every day, and they are blowing up because they are talking about issues that affect normal people in finance. The financial niche is very, very lucrative. So if they are garnering these kinds of views, when we go to uh, these videos and we look at the oldest video is 2 months ago, and this is a quite a new channel. 2 months ago, that's when they started putting out videos, but the popular ones already have 633 views, 399 views, 363,000 views. So it's quite lucrative. The topics are good. So when you want to go into such a niche, when you look at the videos, the videos are 215, and the channel already has 8.9 million views. This is quite good. So it is something that you can emulate. But how do you emulate it? The way you emulate it is by studying the patterns of how they are doing the thumbnail. Thumbnails are quite simple. Red colored titles with the white colored titles below with this figure, Richard, and in the smaller image, it's pointing to the very event or to the very emotional event that they are talking about, mostly with that topic of that specific video. This is something that you can do. You can do these kinds of titles, and you can be able to create these kinds of thumbnails using a tool like Canva. This is something that is replicatable, and I believe this channel is already doing something like $20,000 because the financial niche is very lucrative. Let's go to this one. This one is called Raw Asia. So they have 31 videos, and what they've done so far 1.7 million views. What are they doing videos? They're doing videos mostly about dating in Asia, and these are videos that you can do. They are very, very simple. You can be able to get b-roll footage and the voiceovers at a very, very low cost. When you go to tools like when you go to tools to platforms like Fiverr, it's very, very easy for you to get services of someone who's going to do such videos, because they are quite cheap. And if you want to talk about different kinds of areas, mostly when it comes to Asia, and when you're talking about uh, different kinds of scenarios, like in China, China is not does not really have so much information that's coming to the mainstream. So if you are doing such videos, they're going to be seen by mostly people who want to date people who are in that area, which becomes very lucrative, given that it is in the relationship niche, which has a revenue per mil which is even over $14. This is quite something that you can go for and be able to make money. When you go to this one is called Homeless Reality News. When you look at the kinds of videos that they are doing, the videos that they're doing about videos that are really about homelessness. They're interviewing people, in-depth stories about homelessness in different kinds of cities, from Los Angeles, from New York, to San Francisco, and even to smaller cities. They've done 35 videos and they already have 576 thousand views. This is quite good, because one of the catastrophes that is happening in the United States is that there are very many people who are becoming homeless. So when you are doing these are videos that are targeting a demographics of people who are in the United States. That means your revenue per mil is going to be high, because people always want to advertise to people who are in the United States, but also you're going to make lots and lots of money. And when you see these thumbnails, the thumbnails really portray, they are simple thumbnails, simple text, portraying people who are really in agony and who are homeless. It's kind of relates to the topics that you're talking about. This is what I always talk about. You want to create a thumbnail that truly connects with the topics that you're talking about. This is very important, because when you do this and then you go to the video to talk about, to give the value of what you've talked about in the thumbnail and the title, it is going to help you to retain even more people. So more people will come back to watch your videos, because they trust the information that you've given them in the video, but also you've told this story fast with a very distinct kind of way. So you see that there is uniqueness with how they are doing their thumbnails, which is quite bringing in views. And they're doing videos on a daily basis. On a daily basis, they put out new videos, which is something that you want to do when you go into such a niche. Before I go any further, I have noticed that you've forgotten to subscribe to this channel. Now, what do we do on this channel? We put out videos on a single day to help you get a sense of the variety of various faceless channels that you can be able to venture into and make money. So if you want to get access to different kinds of faceless niches that are doing well on every day, I'm calling upon you to please subscribe to this channel, and thank you for the subscription. Let's continue. Now, this one that I have on the list is also good. It's called Silly Conversations. They've done 92 videos. When you look at what they've done, they have 4 million views. 4 million views is quite something good, and I trust that this is going to be one of the channels that is going to even continue to do well. They are already quite doing well. 92 videos, 4 million views. And what are they talking about? They're talking about mostly AI related videos, AI related scenarios that are happening, that might happen, that are affecting us. And the way they are doing this, they're doing this with sticky figures that are animated with voiceovers that can simply be done. So how do you make these kinds of videos? You can either rent out services of someone who can do them for you on Fiverr at a very low cost, or if you really have the time, you can do this in Canva. These are videos that can be done mostly in Canva. You can be able to create the voiceovers, upload the voice in Canva, and be able to do these kinds of animations in a very, very simple way. All you have to do is that you have to look at how they've done the thumbnails. The thumbnails are quite simple. They tell the stories of how they want to what they want to talk about, but also they connect these thumbnails very well to the titles, which is quite important. I always tell you, if you want your videos to blow up, please try as much as possible to connect these two kinds of stories. Let's try to look at most of the popular videos that they have. One of the most popular videos already has 658,000 views, and this one, which was done 3 weeks ago, it already has 363,000 views, which is quite interesting. So this, I believe, it's a niche that is lucrative, that is getting people over $10,000 per month. But the way you get your hands onto that money, it is not by reinventing the wheel, but by emulating what already works and what is working for such a channel. And also, when you look at their videos, they're quite short. So when you're going into such a niche, you want to do videos that are quite lengthy. The more lengthy the videos are, the more chances of you being able to make money. You want to make videos that are 10 minutes longer. That makes it possible for YouTube to be able to run ads more on your videos, which is going to help you to make even much more money. Now, this one is also good. It is having the very same kind of style, but it is in the science niche. It's called Life According to Science. When you look at this, it's quite simple. They've done 28 videos, 46,000 subscribers, and they already have 2.7 million views. Now, this is quite good. I looked at how they are blowing up, and these are one of the things that I noticed. What I noticed is that they have consistency when it comes to the text. I want you to look at where they are putting their text. It is distinct and consistent. They have this black text which is over the white background, which is coupled below or coupled with the light blue text also. And the character, these are placed on the left hand side of the thumbnail, and the character is on the right hand side of the thumbnail. But even the characters, I mean, they try to tell the story and connect ably with what they are talking about, because they are talking about things like losing weight, losing belly fat. They're explaining things about proteins, how you can shape up. So mostly things that they're talking about sugar. These are health related things that can get people to become better with their health. People love these kinds of videos because they are struggling with these life issues. So when you're doing these videos, you have to do research. You look at such a channel and you say, how are they blowing up? What are they capitalizing on? How are they crafting their scripts? You want to go to the most popular videos and you look at how are they doing their scripts? How have they done these videos? What are they talking about? How are the thumbnails connecting to the titles and connecting to the real information that is in the videos? These are the elements that you want to look at. When you look at the consistency, the patterns, you can see them. And this is what we definitely look at. When you're looking and doing niche research, we always look for patterns that are going to allow us to replicate what is already working. Because when you're going into a niche, you don't want to be reinventing each and everything. You want to look at the things that are working out. The elements that are working out are going to enable you to go ahead. And this is what I definitely go for when I'm going into niche research. And when I look at such a channel, this is a channel that can be done. Me too, I'm planning to do such a channel because it's really fascinating. It's fascinating with the consistency of how they are putting out things, and it is really working out. Because if they have 28 videos and they already have 4 million views, then this is proof enough that this niche is quite good and it's working, and the way they're doing the videos is really working and they're making money. This is something that can make you over $30,000 if you're consistent and you're able to replicate these kinds of patterns that are already working well for such a channel. Now, this is the last one that we have on our list. It's called Daily Americano. This is an American niche, but mostly it's talking about housing. Now, there is a housing crisis in the United States. The availability of the housing spots or slots is very few, but even the cost of housing is very high. That's why you see that there are things like homelessness. Now, when you are doing such videos, you are targeting mostly people who are in the United States. You can look at this channel, Daily Americano. They have 24,000 subscribers, 125 videos, and what they've done already, they've done 6.5 million views. That means that the videos are very, very sought after. What you're going to do, you're going to do videos about various cities. Now you see what they're doing they're doing videos about dream places, 10 most beautiful small towns in the US, 10 most hated and unsafe cities. So what they're doing, they're ranking different kinds of cities in the United States, because mind you, there are very many people who are in the United States, even who have not access to different kinds of states. They've not moved from their home states where they were born, and they need to know about different kinds of states, the cities, the state that those cities are in. If they're planning to move there, what are the things that they can capitalize on in terms of the living costs? So you want to give information as much as possible, but also you want to look at how they are doing it. If they are thriving, like they put out this video 11 days ago, and it already has 31,000 views. So you want to look at the information, the kind of information that they are giving. And if they are giving this information, if even the thumbnails are working out, you want to create the exact style of the thumbnail. You don't want to reinvent the wheel. But I believe this is a niche that can work out for you in a way that is quite good, and you can be able to capitalize on what they are doing already. Now, if you love what we do in terms of the content that we put out, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to this channel. And on every single day, you're going to get access to different kinds of niches, faceless niches, where you don't have to show your face, that you can jump into and be able to make money every month while you relax. So please subscribe to this, and see you in the next video.